Okay everyone, now that we've soldered our motors together, adding the leads and the capacitors, the next thing to do is actually attach the motors to the frame itself. In the interim time I managed to break a little bit of this motor. This white cap came off. It's not super important unless I wanted to be able to actually attach my wheel encoder. To kind of give you an example of how that would look, here is one that's not been damaged, and look, the wheel encoder slides onto that back. I'm not going to worry about fixing it because for this design I'm not planning to do the wheel encoders, but just to kind of give you a heads up, that's what happened and why mine looks different. Okay, to actually attach the aluminum brick to the motor itself, you're going to take the long screws that came not in the base.3 kit but in the other packaging, and you're going to pass them through. It's important that the side that's going to have the wheel, which is the side with the little yellow spot there, is where the heads go. If you stick them the other way, these screws are actually going to rub against your wheel and it's not going to be as desirable for you. So we definitely want to mount it so that the head's here and goes through and then shows up on the other side, and then tighten it up. Something to note, you're going to mount them different for each motor because you want to be sure that when these motors are mounted that the aluminum plate, the aluminum block is on the inside of the frame, not on the outside of the frame. And so they're actually on different sides, and you can kind of see that here in the picture we got right there. Then to actually attach them, we need 4 of the screws that are in the same little packaging as the aluminum brick and these screws came from. And then essentially what we do is we take these bad boys and we're going to slide them into these mounting holes. Start with those 2 and we'll line them up. These screws might be a little tight based upon the length of the screw. Sometimes you have to push a little firmly to get the teeth to start biting. But once they bite, they will snug up and be in place. Okay, there we go. So there's one wheel or one motor in place. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Got our 2 holes lined up. Notice that that center white shaft is lined up with the notch here in this wheel encoder position. All right, push down there firmly. Oops, oops. Apparently my screwdriver is magnetic. Let's try that again. All right, get that screw in there, and then this screw in there. All right, going in. Okay. Okay, it might make the system a little pigeon-toed to do this. If that's the case, you just kind of loosen them up a little bit, adjust them, and then retighten the screw heads like that, and it snugs up nice and neat. All right, so that has our motors mounted with our battery holder underneath, and now the system is flat again, so we can actually mount the rest of our boards. All right, let's go on to the next video.